here comes the KC-135 E-model roaring down the runway. Watch as it rotates and climbs away. It'll be a pretty aggressive nose-high climb.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Jim Lehman. I'm a pilot for the KC-135 from the 434th Air Refueling Wing here at Grissom. The 135's primary mission in life is air refueling, in-flight air refueling. And what we have over here is the boom which performs that job. Now, the way you see it right now, it's in a stowed position. When the airplanes come up behind us to be refueled, this boom is down at about a 30-degree angle. When we do our flyover today, you'll be able to see the boom down in the position that it would be for the refueling.
The A-10s are flying close formation off the tanker's wingtips. This is called the observation position, where during air refueling the fighters receiving gas will wait until it is their turn to hook up. The tanker can pass 3,000 pounds of fuel per minute to the A-10, filling its internal tanks in just over 3 minutes. During a combat mission, the A-10s would plan on refueling 2 or 3 times to increase their time in the combat zone.
What you have here basically is a 15-foot boom, but if you'll notice, there's a pipe within the boom. It extends out another 15 feet. That is what plugs into the receiver, and that little cone you see in the end of that pipe has a spring behind it, and when it makes contact with the receiver, it pushes that cone in, which allows the fuel to come around it and flow into the other airplane. At the very far end of the boom, there's a couple of little windows. That's where the boom operator lays back in the boom pod, and this boom is actually flown by the boom operator.
I'm Staff Sergeant Shad Culp. I'm the boom operator on board the KC-135 today with the 434th Wing. Up on top here you'll see the oxygen we carry on board, but all the refueling is done down below here. Okay, what you're in now is the boom pod. This is where all the air refueling takes place. As you see, the boom operator lays in the middle of the boom pod and has a sighting window here, and this is where he can actually watch and perform all the air refueling. Once the receivers get within a certain distance, they turn the radios over to the boom operator, and the boom operator actually guides the receivers up into the boom, and once the boom operator makes contact, it's pretty much up to the boom operator to keep the boom with the receiver. Up above here are all your gauges that tell you where the boom is actually flying behind the airplane. When it's time to lower the boom and raise the boom, you have a lever here. It's the boom hoist lever, and this will actually bring the boom down or help bring the boom up when you're done with your air refueling. Right here to the right of it, you'll notice is the telescoping lever, and once you've got the boom all lined up and ready to make a contact, you'll use this telescoping lever to make the actual contact.
The important thing to remember is that during the war, when the fighters are taking off to go hit targets, their main concern is carrying as many weapons as they can, which really makes them heavy. Consequently, they can't take off with full fuel loads. So before they go in to hit a target, they require gas. And then after they hit the target, they require gas again. So we kind of think of ourselves as the linemen of the team. Whatever occurs in a war like Desert Storm cannot happen without the tanker. This particular airplane did fly in Desert Storm, and what we have above the crew entry chute here are camels that they stenciled on, which depict the number of sorties that it flew during the war. There's one up here that's upside down, right here, and that signifies the one mission that this airplane came back broke. This kind of is a tribute to our maintenance people because our airplanes are extremely well maintained, and just by looking at that you can tell that it had a real good recovery rate while we were in the war.
And again, here's our very own KC-135.